Alright, should be streaming by now. So, this is GeoWill from Productions², and we're back to continue the stream from last night. We're streaming my RPG Maker game I've been working on for a while. So that's kind of good. I'm going to go over some of the stuff I didn't go over last night, such as, damn, what was it? Oh, right, the class system. Where are you gonna be at? This one. This is no, it's our XP RTP. Yeah, this one. All right. So actually, do I have it open? Oh, I do have it open. Never mind. All right. So, this is the class tree as it stands for the game. Sometimes I hate friggin' smart draw. So it kind of gives you an idea of what we have right now so far. So it all starts with a novice, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 or 8 trees here that go off to different directions based on that. So at level 10, from a novice, you'll be able to change into any one of these top level classes here: Gunner, Cleric, Lancer, Thief, Mage, Fighter, or Warrior. Then from there, you get another branch. Of course, you still have to work on the novice. So the way the level requirements work is, at each stage, all the different classes in the tree require you to have specific levels. So it's not like you get to level 10, then you're done with the novice. You have to continue. So far, up to the third, well, I guess 4th tier. Novice has to be level 80 for those classes. There are also sub trees based off of class combinations. Now, the reason that they're branching off of existing trees is because I couldn't figure out a way to more accurately connect 2 different class trees together than doing it this way, because of how the organizational chart works on SmartDraw. In the future, I might actually retool this to be a flowchart of some kind, so that I can actually do this more, do the connections more appropriately. But for now, this is what we have. So let's see. Every tree has at least 4 classes, and then 2 sub tree classes. So 4, what did I say? 4, 7. So there's 7. 3, 2, 2. 4 and 3 is 7. Yeah. So 7 times 5. No, 7 times 6. So 42 classes plus novice 43. So that sounds about right. So far, there's going to be more. However, that's contingent on the fact that I can get a script from RPG Maker XP to work in MV, which is KCG's Limit Breaker script. So, what the Limit Breaker script is it's a way to bypass the internal limits of RPG Maker, because so far in every RPG Maker instance, you have a hard cap of level 99. There's no way to go above that. What the Limit Breaker script does is it allows you to actually go past that. The problem with it is that it is a huge freaking script in Ruby with not much comments in it. And, well, I shouldn't say that. The comments are in, I think this is Japanese. Yeah, Japanese. So, I might be able to translate it, but it'd be hard to figure out the intentions of some of these things. Like, for example, this is letting the states and the system into here, I guess. Game special elements, don't know what that's for, imported. But it's like a lot of things that have to be changed to make this script work. And, okay, so this is setting up the S points. Okay, so I put this in. Setting up the maximum number of S points. So this is setting up like the maximum values here. What about the level? Where's the max level at? So 1 to 4, so that's 3 iterations. We are evaluating armor equals data armors at armor number #1. That's interesting. Never seen that used. I'll have to go through and get deeper into the Ruby class I was going through in preparation for this whole effort to move things over to JavaScript. KGC, so gold limits. I guess it's not as insane as I thought it was. I thought it was much. Oh no, the one that's longer is the weapon script, the weapon level up script. Yeah, here we go. This is the one. How many lines of insanity? 30,084. So this is another thing I'm going to be trying to bring over or create my own bit based on this somehow. This script basically makes weapons instanced, meaning that individual weapons will be saved as individual weapons in the save file instead of being just a reference back to one item. So like, I think how it works now is you have items that have IDs, and in the save game, it's saving the IDs of the items that you have in your inventory. And then when you load it back up, it just takes the ID, calls the data from the database, and then populates the data. What this script will do is take that and actually make each weapon individual, so it'll store the actual weapon's status values in the database, in the save file, instead of getting this stuff from the database, which is like the default stuff for it. It does that. It also probably then sets up So it does that and sets up the weapon level up stuff. It then probably also creates a section in the game battler where it will give you set experience to the weapon when you get it at the end of the game, and then it probably also has a third script for the Windows system. So all that will have to be, I'll have to go through it and look at it all, and maybe even figure out if this is even possible to do in MV or not. It should be though. It's not that big of a thing. So I'm gonna try and see if I can find something that has like a Fog of War plugin somewhere, or if I'm gonna have to convert with Chungas. That's the other thing about Mount Fire, is that there's supposed to be a Fog of War thing going on in there, so that's harder to figure stuff out. But due to the fact that I don't have that plugin yet, or there isn't one existing that I haven't found yet, that's not going to be there for this playtest, but so be it. Right, real quick now, I want to create some... Do I want to do random encounters in Mount Fire? No, what I'll do is I'll just beef up the experience for, I think it's Cockatrace and Kobolds, maybe too. I need to fix the Kobold sprite real quick. Well, it's not sprite, but the battler. What are the... Oh, I don't even have anything set up here yet. Great. Well, you're going to see me have to work on this stuff now. So Hellhound, which is there. Yeah, Kobold Warrior, I need to fix that. So if you want to see how crazy it is to set up a tile sheet, I'll show you. So you don't have to do it this way, but I do it this way because it makes it much easier to mess around with it. So, like for example, since it's a 48 by 48 tile size, what I've done is I've tried to break this out into various combinations of 48 by 48 tile sizes. So, like this is a 1 by 2 tile, so 48 by 48 by 96. This one's a 3 by 3, I think. Yes, this is like 144 by 144. And then you have to like consider where you're placing them. So, you know, this space here is to make it so that the stairs line up with the edge of the wall that you're lining it up with. If it actually would show in game, which it doesn't because it's on that weird thing. I haven't looked up to see if there's a problem with the thing that can be fixed or not. Need to do that. But I need to open up now the battler for that. This is actually somebody's battler they made to add enemies. I forget the guy's name now. I'll have to look it up for. Look it up for Actually, I could probably find. It's probably one of these. Probably these are all the stuff. This is all the stuff from XP. Though the size is a little bit weird. So K Kobold. I think we're using Warrior. Pretty sure we're using Warrior. Yeah, Warrior. So actually, we'll just drag it into Photoshop. No, why won't you work? Oh, because we're opening it. That's why. Duh. Alright, so this should be relatively straightforward, hopefully. No! You evil thing. Alright, let's try a 10 tolerance. That's a bit better. Let's knock it down to maybe 6. No, let's try 7. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Come on, don't take out too much of this thing. Crap, I did take out some of it. I'm going to have to delete that manually, I guess. Well, maybe just the edges of it, maybe lighten it up a little bit. So that's still kind of, well, does it form the edge? No. This coming up here is pretty much the edge. So yeah, we can just get rid of that stuff. But we need to do it manually because unless we set that to like 2 or something, it's going to take out most of it. Okay. So that works. Any other weird stuff I need to get rid of? Don't think so. Maybe a little bit there and a few things here. I think that's all of it. Looks pretty clean now. Alright, save it. And reload it into here. Cancel. There, good. No more black border. And see, this is what I'm talking about, the hue slider. So I could make this character I could reuse this character image multiple times and just change the color of it and give it a different name instead of using the same thing. You don't have this with sprites like you do in XP, so it limits the variation you can do. So you have to make tons and tons and tons of characters and then recolor stuff, and it's a total nightmare. I might show you a recoloring later just to kind of give you an idea of how long it takes. Because first you have to recolor. If you're converting it from some other place like XP, for example, you have to first cut up into pieces, resize it, and put it into place, or recolor it and then put it into place. Either way, you have to do both steps. So these guys are going to say you're going to give us 485 experience. These guys, each one will give us 425 cockatrice. Well, cockatrice. We'll say 510. Well, yeah, 5100. No, I don't think so. And then hellhounds 430. We'll leave the gold alone because it doesn't really matter right now. Apply those changes. Actually, wait, do we have troops set up with kobold in them? Yes, we do. Okay, good. So, let's go and add those troops in. So, hellhound. Forgot to change the weight. So I think the higher this is, the more likely it is that the more frequency there is. I'm not sure what it's based out of. So I think it's just based against itself. So something that has a 25 weight and something that has a 10 weight, there's going to be a certain percentage difference between those two as far as how often they'll be showing up. So 8. Don't have to go very high on this, I don't think. 6. Actually, that should be the other way around. This should be 8. And the one with more, and it should be 6. Let's see. Cockatrice. I'll leave it as 6. Cockatrice and Imps. 5. Let's see. Imp, Cockatrice, and Kobold. 6. Hellhound, Kobold Warrior. 7. Cockatrice 3, 4. Alright, that should work. Counter steps, that might be a little bit too high. Let's set it to 27. Background. Let's see what we have here. What am I using on this one? Properties. I'm using Field 05 with wind as a background sound. So, Field 05. Ah, yes, this one. Alright. So, let's see. Well, it's gotta be a field, not a dungeon. I mean, there's also variability like with this. You can change the pitch to change it. And change how it actually sounds. So that's the same thing, just the pitch of 80. That's what it normally sounds like. You can make it sound like that, and it almost sounds like an entirely different thing. Unless you're paying close attention. Also got themes. On that song you heard before at the church, that's a custom, not a custom song, but it's a song, this one here is from a guy that makes music for RMXP for free, so it's got pretty much all of his music, so. Crap. Let's see, there's actually a song that goes with this that has similar kinds of musical tones and things in it, instruments that I'm going to use for something related to the church later on. The scene ones usually aren't that long, so I try not to use them. What was that one that I had that I thought was interesting? This one. It's always difficult trying to figure out what songs to use. And that's the original background song, background BGM for the planes in the XP version. That sounds a little bit too happy-go-lucky. Damn it, come on. I need something that's gonna work. I think Field 4, we'll do Field 4 at 110. I think that'll work. We need wind too, I guess, right? I think that'll work. It's not too overbearing, but it's there. Let's go ahead and stop these. Now for the battle back. Mountains or something similar to that. Is there a meadow? Road? Surprised there's no like mountain road or something. These ones that you see here are from XVAs, and they're actually a smaller size, so I'll have to go through and go in and try and resize them to be the same size as these, so I can use them together. Otherwise, they don't quite fit. Grass maze, grassland, metal mine. Surprised there are no mountains. What's going on with this? Why wouldn't there be mountains? Well, there's mountains there, but like an actual mountain road kind of thing. Hey, okay. Poison swamp, what the hell? Come on. Just give me something here. Maybe the best I can do is just like a grass thing or something. Well, we only have grassland and grass maze. No regular grass. Dirt, 1 and 2. Which doesn't really work too well. Forest. There was one that said forest, but it's not really a forest though. Well, I thought there was. Where was that? Wood. Oh. Oh, wooden floor. Of course I wouldn't mean forest. Face tile? Weird. Well, bollocks. Wasteland. Grass maze, fort. Cloud, sky, cliff. Well, it's kind of, I guess that's best we can do. This doesn't look right though, but it's best I can do for now. Okay, outside, yes, loop, nothing on scroll type. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully the EXP boost on those will not mean that we'll have to put enemies in the actual Mount Fire areas. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing over with. So, continue game from last night. Alright. Not sure if these are too easy or not, because I haven't done any play testing on these. Oh wow, 25 damage. Yeah. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are pretty powerful. This doesn't have the status anymore. Yep. Way too powerful. Or rather, unprepared. Actually, real quick, what we need is better equipment. Generally, the weapon level system would handle that, but since that's not in place, we need to add some new equipment. Alright, so let's create some swords. So it can't be like bronze because that's going to be for non-novices. It's got to be... Well, I guess... Yeah. Gotta figure, how can we make something that's going to be more powerful, sound more powerful, but not be something that would be used by a warrior or a knight or a fighter or something, some other class. So that's got to be a novice weapon. Animation, let's see, slash slash physical, there we go. Wooden broadsword, I guess. What are they? Pages. Well, squire training. So, crap. So, for weapons, you have different things you can add in. Like, for example, you can have a weapon increase the hit rate, which I'm not going to do. So the attack power on wooden sword is 25. Let's make this be 75. No defense. The price shall be what's the price on this? 15. Yeah, of course. Let's make it 260. Slash physical. We need to add in a should be a parameter to make it two-handed. Slot type, here we go. Dual wield. Oh, not dual. Well, dual wield. That means you could have two. We don't want that. We want two-handed. I know it's here somewhere. Because I have seen it. So is there a way to create like a slot type? Those are actually in the code then, huh? Yeah. So that wouldn't be something to easily change. There's gotta be, I know there's a way to make something two-handed. But not dual wield. Oh, I know how. That's right. We have to do an equipment lock. Seal lock equipment shield. There. Now it's a two-handed item. Prevents changing equipment of the specified equipment slot, mainly for instances such as seal equipment. Maybe we want seal equipment. Prevents. Yeah, there we go. Now it's this one. Yeah, we want to do this one. But does it unequip something they might have already? Well, let's see. Huh. Alright, so, no shield now. It's wooden broadsword. Now we need some new armor. Hardened leather tunic. Right, that one. Yeah. No, not that one. This one. Oh, there's no descriptions. Hey. So the defense on this was 10. I'll make the price 210. Defense will be 45. And it's a body equipment type and a novice armor type. Hats. So leather helm. So use that one. Armor type is again novice armor. Price is 145. Type is head. Defense 15. Well, no, it's not do 15. What's the defense on the hat? 10. So maybe 25. We'll add 15 to it. And then wooden shield, wooden buckler. So this one's going to be kind of interesting. So it's going to be stronger than the wooden shield. It's going to be more defense than that. But it's also going to give you a higher evasion rate because you can move it around better. Which means that we should probably drop the evasion rate on the wooden shield. So minus 3%. Not something huge, just a little bit of a down there. Standard wooden shield, often used by novices. Hats. Alright, now let's fix all the item descriptions that are overrunning. Holy crap. That one's way over. Oh yes, let's also add in some cost to these. So we're not getting free items. So these are like kind of like a item use version of the shell and sphere skills. So shell is what you traditionally think of as shell as being as a magical barrier, and sphere is a physical barrier. Got our status increasing items, which you normally find in these kinds of games. Like elixir. Let's see. And we actually don't even need these quest items anymore. These quest items were used by the to Freak's system to, display the quest information. We don't need to use these anymore, so I can actually get rid of them. It's probably too much text. Alright, so I fixed all that stuff up. Okay. One thing else, though, I'd really like to do is... Okay, they all are there. Well, most of them are there. Some of them aren't. Oh no, that is a spell. Alright. Just want to make that one little change. So we should be good. Oh, wait. We have the equipment. We have not added it to the bloody place yet. Okay, we're not good. Weapon shop. So... Oh, right. It's these, actually. Alright. Edit. So, armor shop. Actually, I want armor. So, hardened leather tunic. Leather helm. And wooden buckler. Actually, let's create a non-two-handed weapon also. That way we don't have to have both of them give up shields. Wooden broadsword, wooden longsword. Well, that's katana. That's a scimitar. Guess we'll use the regular sword icon. A wooden longsword. That's just what we'll say, a wooden longsword. As if the name didn't intend, or didn't actually tell you what the thing was. So it is a novice weapon. It is animation / physical. And the price is $280. Oops, I don't know, have that in there. So let me say this was 75 attack power. I'll make this 65 attack power. And we'll remove that. Okay. I'll add those to the weapon shop. Wooden broadsword and whoops. Wooden longsword. Okay, now we're ready. And we got plenty of gold. We got like 20,000 something gold, so no issue there. What's the health look like? We could probably use a. Let's go stay at the end for a minute here. I have to fix a problem in the. You'll see the problem in the weapon shop here in a second. Weapon armor shop. And this is the problem. We can walk on the walls. Have to fix the tile passability on these wall tile things. Yeah, there's another another Easter egg here. The other half of it will happen later on. That kind of gives it away, but whatever. So we want to buy. Oh, I didn't give a price, so I wouldn't buckler. Yay, it's free. Another helm 2. Another tunic 2. Gotta equip our guys here. Really? Cool, automatically unequip the shield. Good. I need to go. Let's save this real quick. So I need to go figure out why the wooden shield isn't showing up. Well, probably because I didn't set up any of the friggin'. No, I didn't set up any of this stuff. Of course not. Price 180. Armor type novice. Well, yeah, and it'd be a small shield, I think, actually. Oh, novice? No, I don't have a novice shield, do I? What shields can a novice equipped? What can they equip? Damn it. They can do small shields, okay. Novice weapon, novice armor, small shield. Okay. So, armor... I could have just looked at this and said, okay, well, it's interesting. It's actually listed as a novice armor. That should be a small shield. Oh, that fixes that. So this becomes a small shield. This becomes a shield type. And all is good. Although I walked off with one for free, so. Sorry about that, Newell. Sure, cover somehow. Alright. Alright, now that we got our new equipment, let's go buy some items that we'll need to have. High potions to be exact. Got plenty of gold, so we can buy quite a few of them. Start with 20. Ethers, you could probably do with some of those. Tonics, definitely need a few of these. They're expensive as hell, though. So, blind and poison, nothing to stop paralyzed, so. There's that. We got regular potions, that's fine. I think we're good. So there aren't any chests here yet, but there will be eventually. Oh, if you talk to traces and alright. Still do a crap ton of damage. Now we're doing more damage. We're doing appropriate damage to them now. Let's go. Nice. Let's go ahead and use the high potion. How much these things have? I don't even know. 860, I think. So that one's pretty close to dead. So we'll let bleeding do it in. Okay. A little slight hitch in that line. Should get at least one level out of it. Well, maybe not. It takes a lot of experience for level up now. I gained 1445 though, which is pretty good. Level 14. I have to do some more grinding out here. Well, let's see. Well, let me see what we get actually for. Oh wow, hell no. Forget them. Okay. Now you can see that these are definitely sprites from RPG Maker XP or some earlier version because they're not quite the same quality. Now you just have to deal with that if you're going to use stuff from other RPG Maker games. RPG Maker programs. Oh crap, I went too fast. It looks like we got about a quarter or to a fifth of a gauge, so should be fairly straightforward leveling up here. We bought those high potions, jeez. So they do a lot of damage, which is good. High risk, high reward kind of stuff. Hey, our sprite looks pretty damn good. Nice. The non-black bordered version of it. Awesome. So yeah, that little spot up there was pretty unneeded, so good thing we took that out. I was gonna say our sprite, but the sprite that we worked on earlier. Alright, attack. No, skill. Deep cut. Skill. Double attack. That was a critical. Okay, so yeah, guard or can attack. I don't know, why does it have guard there? I think they all come with guard. I haven't set up the attack sword, I guess. So supposedly, you can change it mid-game and it will work the way you want it to. So much for that edit the game on the fly thing. Maybe it'll happen on the next battle. There's an attack. Didn't do too much damage. Oh wow. Yeah, no, ring it level's pretty freaking quick here. That was like a third of the gauge. Alright, and again we gotta heal, so. And more of these guys. These double triple attacks here. Oh wow, venom. Oh crap, poison. Should have failed the poison. Oh well, we can do that now. So what else can I poison? Let's just kill these guys. And we got anything for our trouble. So, antidotes. So I have 11 points to use. Alright. Let's upgrade the max HP a bit and attack power. Then for him, let's upgrade his HP. I have to do it once, I can do it twice. No, I did it 1 second. It sounded like twice now. Attack power twice. And you can reset these. It costs money, but you can do a stat reset. The problem with this is that if you do a stat reset, you actually end up having your cost be higher. So back at the beginning, when you first start out before level 5, your upgrades cost 1 point. Now they cost 2, or well, actually 3, I think. So if you do a stat reset now, your stat points are now going to be worth 3 times less, essentially, than they were previously. It's a problem with the whole cost thing that I'm still trying to wrap my head around how to make it work without making it be crazy like that. So it's actually more beneficial unless you really have to never use this. Otherwise, you'll actually lose some upgrades that you previously had. So level 15. What did I say? I thought it was 16 or 15 or something for this one. Yeah, I don't think so. It's definitely not 16. Those boss monsters are brutal, especially the optional boss. You'll see what I mean by optional. It's kind of optional and it's kind of not optional. It depends on what you do during the quest. If you basically cross the guy, then he becomes a non-optional boss fight. But you can choose to lie to him and then get into the fight with him anyway. So it's an interesting kind of complex tree I created. The reason I did it originally was to try out the conditional branching system and see how far I could push it. So that's what it's about. Not dozens, but a bunch of different branching options based on various things that happen. And I'll explain to you more about it when we get to it. So, triple attack. So that was still like a quarter. So you can still get a couple more levels out of here, probably. Very easily. That's a crazy powerful attack. So I guess criticals do more than twice the damage. That was like 3 times or something. Good thing I got all these free antidotes. I actually was fun. Paralyzed. That has a time limit on it, doesn't it? Hopefully. Oh no, the state has the time limit on it. So stun. Stun. No, it doesn't. Wow, nice. Okay. So if both of my characters get stunned, I'm screwed because I won't be able to do anything. That's not good. Let's fix that right now. So I didn't give any items for the players to remove it, so we need to do it by turn 2 to 4 turns apply. Charm. So 2 to 4 I can remove by damage half the time. Sleep. Are there any others that bleeding is small? Yeah, that's fine because it doesn't really incapacitate you. I think it should be a turn-based thing, maybe 4 to 6 turns or something. Alright, hopefully those will reflect in the game. I think I'd have to have my lunch. Somebody got poisoned. I should save in case I get killed. I had a recent experience with getting screwed by not saving. I was streaming Horizon Zero Dawn. Had an epic string of just hunting going on. And then I got a little too ambitious and ended up getting murdered by 2 swamp moths. Epically. Lost 2, almost 3 levels and a bunch of stuff that I picked up as well. So, they're really, really bad. Alright, let's see if these guys no longer guard. Well, so far they aren't guarding. Doesn't really mean anything. Now they are. Okay, so you have to, for those things to take effect, you have to stop it. That's what I figured. But since I already saved all I really need to do is hit F5 to restart the game. After I save it all. Alright, then I'll load up our changes. So I'll get to level 16, then we'll take a stab at, yeah, I don't have enough MP now for triple XP. Stab at the bosses. I'm almost certain we'll get totally on. So you gotta check it in. You gotta check it. At some point you have to say, okay, I'm at this level, it's gonna take a long time to go to the level if I do it normally. So let's go see if the game is properly balanced or not in terms of level. And the bosses are supposed to be difficult, at the same time I don't want them to be too difficult. I think it's not supposed to be Dark Souls here. Alright, so we see a return of my epically annoying puzzles here. So I'm gonna go with Kyrith. Some high potions here. I have ethers. No, I'm out of high potions. That's not good. As you can see, this is not what it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a thing here on the wall. Or not. Those are stairs, I guess. Where is this thing? There's an event here somewhere. There it is. Stuff's not showing. So this is basically a teleportation kind of thing, teleportation puzzle. So if you go talk to these crystals, they'll send you to different places. I didn't even know they lit up like that. That's awesome. And well, some of them do, some of them don't light up. Well, it's weird. Some of them change to weird colors when you do them. I'll have to check that out. So basically what it is that unless you start from the first crystal, you won't be able to find your way through this place. They'll just keep sending you around everywhere. Now, if you pay attention to that note on the wall, which you can't see down here, it said find a crystal which does not repeat. Well, it should markedly say find a crystal that you don't get sent to, or something so we can translate it as. So every one of these crystals will send you to someplace except for up here. And so, if you follow the logic, use this to start kind of giving a hint for the puzzle. And so there we are. So this is a placeholder sprite until I can bring over the pirate from the sprite sheet from yeah, good. From the, there's also something blocking here, which you can't see it. From RMXP. So this is also a Easter egg. It's a reference. I'll give you a small hint on this, because this might be a little bit more esoteric or a little bit more hard for most people. It has to do something with a particular book series. I'm going to read the text here. So, now you can either say fine, whatever, and take the quest, or you can say get out of my way, which will initiate another question, which is with which you can initiate a fight right away. Or you can say fine, whatever, and do the quest. If you don't do the quest, you can't open the chest that has this thing in it, which is worth a lot of money. So we're going to choose to take the quest. Now if we check the quest, we'll have another one here. Well, maybe not. Interesting. It did not give me the quest. Well, damn. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is then I'm going to put myself here, save. Alright, so why didn't we get the quest for? Maybe there's a typo. So, quest add 7. Oh, it's 6, that's why. Right. I forgot to change that. Alright, well, all we have to do then is just to change that. And then add that and delete this. And then all the rest of this is right. So what I'll need to do now is to add myself in here again. So Alright, so give me the quest, and we can continue. Oh, and then, I'm gonna erase myself after I do that. Same as character, action button, good. Okay. So, I'll go ahead and show you the branch here, so, branching stuff here, so. So we have this, this choice that you can make. So, you say fine, you get the stuff, you say out of my way. Then he says, you know, vast discovery-ridden dog. Asks if you're challenging them in a duel. If you say, of course, then he says this text here. And there actually should be battle processing there, and there's not. Wow, I forgot to add that. Okay, let's go ahead and add that then. Which one do we want to copy from? I guess this one. Okay, set, edit, quest, failed. Fail, edit. Fail all. Does it fail all objectives? Yeah. And deny rewards. But this guy is like uber strong. I'll give you a look at his stats here. And it's supposed to be a battle, easily missable battle unless you do something stupid. So he's got 7,500 health, 250, 2,500 max HP. His attack and defense are not correct though. I didn't set those up. Why not? Alright, let's find the base stats over here. Pirate skeleton, there we go. So 210 strength, attack 120. I think I'll make his attack 175. His defense 220. Magic attack 200. Defense 225. Agility 80 and luck 65. And of course all this stuff here. This is always fun to set up all this stuff. Especially on bosses where you have to like deal with status resistances and things like that. The guardians were fun to set up. So actually the guardians and king servers. Let's make this harder. Let's make this 260. I want to make these guys. I want to make this guy even harder than those guys. So it's like an optional blast. Maybe you can do on the New Game Plus or something. But you wouldn't be able to do it on the first time through unless you crazy over-leveled yourself, which would be really hard to do. 275, 260, 280. I'll leave those where they're at. And then health, 10,000. We'll leave MP where it's at. So then there is a question though. So what happens if you get the medallion, you sell it, and then you save your game and you've sold it and can't get it back? Well, in that case, then I guess you have to level up and deal with the consequences. I'm gonna play hardball with that one because, yeah, this game is gonna be a game where the choices that you have an impact on it. It's not like a game that's gonna say, oh, you sold this thing for a quest, but that's fine, you can get it back or get it again or something. No. If you sell something, it's gone forever and you have to deal with the consequences. If that means you have to stand around and level for 5 hours, then so be it. Or even load a previous save or even restart the game. Well, you don't have to do that next time then. Okay, in that respect, it's going to be Dark Souls-ish. For maybe the optional bosses and some of the things that you can do that can make your life playing this game difficult. Okay. Alright, that should be fine now. Continue. Alright, now if we check, we should have the quest. Yeah, there we go. Lost medallion. And of course, it didn't set up any of the quest information, but that's fine. Except for the objectives, that is. Easy peasy, not really. Oh wow, there's a bug there. Let's fix this. What's going on? So, condition quest 6 active. If open chest is on, which it shouldn't be. So you say okay. But this shouldn't be on. That's because it's an else. Okay. I think that's on the wrong else branch. Found. Ah, crap. It is. Oh no, that's an else. So if found is on, and if chest is opened. So if we found it, and this is important because, and this one you have a chance to not find the quest item. It's based on a random value. So we found it, or else we didn't find it. So everyone medallion. Ah! I know why. We need one more condition. No, I don't want to edit that. Did it twice. I want a new one. New conditional branch. Based on if we have the item in our inventory. Okay, so this is what happens if you found it and you have it in your inventory. But you tell him, either give it to him or you tell him that you don't have it. And then this else is if you found it, but then sold it. And then this else is supposed to be on the else in front of that, which is if you didn't find it. So if you have the medallion and you found it, else if you found it and don't have the medallion, else if you didn't find it, then this, and then we can get rid of the else on this upper branch. So we no longer need that else. So, so yeah, if you sell it and you tell them that you didn't sell it or that you sold it, either way you're fighting the guy. Alright, that should fix that now. Just a little bit of a logical mix-up on my part. Alright, start. Yes. It should be, no, there should be an else there. Crap. I think I'm missing a block somewhere. No, there should be an else here. Because there needs to be an else for if you haven't actually found the chest yet. That's not the right one. Alright, so new tank. Well, actually, let's just do this. It's easier to just grab something we already have with that in it. And just add the text. There we go. So that's how we end up over in this section. Yeah, that whole thing isn't even there. Damn. And so you're not supposed to be able to see this up here. I might have to make this map bigger and a little more, you know, separate these two areas out a little bit more. So before we do that, though, I'm going to come up to here because there's a thing we can do. Good, they're showing now. Seriously, this isn't working now. You gotta be joking. Okay. Didn't test any of this stuff, so I have no clue if it works or not. So we're doing the actual testing while I am streaming. Alright, so this is set to, of course, it's below the character. Wasn't there supposed to be something else with this? Ah, okay. Only if we go to this first. So you know what, I'm gonna stop streaming real quick. I'm gonna look up what's up with these tiles, this tile set issue, and then we'll start streaming again once I figure it out. Because this is gonna be really annoying not having this here. I mean, I know where it's at. It's like right across from this, but it just doesn't look very good like that. So give me a little bit of time and I'll figure this out and we will